What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. If you did see the video of yesterday, I spent a lot of time doing that shit, but I still really want to appreciate to everybody who did watch the video, who did drop a like, drop a comment, people who even shared the video. You guys are awesome. Yes, the videos do take a long time to do. Sometimes they will not be perfect. There's still things missing. There were a couple of things that I may have missed for the video itself. Maybe I should have done it, but, you know, the problem is I was too many hours recording, editing, and even, you know, recording my voice over it. Even had to come back after starting editing to actually get the rest of the footage. Same thing will happen with this video, because this video is almost like a second part for the other one. And in this video, I'm going to show to you guys how this Atlas, you know, reacts to others' champions' ultimates with his ultimate and his setback. Both of the abilities, right? Not just his ultimate. It's as obvious as setback. Most ults that have CC immunity, it will not work whatsoever. So if you have that question, I'm just going to drop it there right now for you. The answer, CC immunity will stop completely that. Of course, there's ults that do not have CC immunity, like, for example, Torvald, which means that if you hit him, he pretty much loses it all. But even so, do watch the video, do appreciate everything. As a matter of fact, I appreciate everything you guys have been doing. Thank you so much. And if this goes well, I'll continue to do more testings. I already have another test in my mind. This is a very simple test actually to do, and a thing that many people actually know, but I think it's more on the idea of actually recording it and putting it out there so you guys can see it. So without any more conversation, because this video is already going to be large as fuck, let's jump into it, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, don't forget to share the video, like, subscribe, and so on. You guys, you help me so much, and it doesn't cost you a thing. So with that being said, let's jump right into it, and here we go. So the first thing we're testing is actually Androxus. Androxus, while ulting, neither the setback or the ultimate will do anything whatsoever. He's being CC immune while his ult, he is not damage immune though. So don't waste your abilities, just attack him head on. Or, you know, you can always get your second chance and put up the wall so you can survive and so on. But now let's jump into the next one. So for this one, this is Ash. I did forget to test something out, but if you were seeing the recording, I may actually came back to the PDS to actually test it, as long as, of course, it is open. If you do hit Ash while she's ulting, while she's in the air, with the ultimate of Atlas, it will pretty much, she will still move. Like, she will still go to the place where she's supposed to land, but she will not activate the ultimate. She will not lose it at all. So she can use it immediately after. All you can do is just stop her from using it straight away. And as for the setback, what it does is actually just takes her back to her original position. So this is where the part where I said that I didn't test. I wanted to try to hit her with a setback while she's trying to go in the air, but I'm guessing it's going to do the exact same thing, almost as his ult, and very much is going to send her back, but it's not going to consume the ult because her ult is only consumed after hitting the ground. Now as for Barrack here, here's the thing. I could have done trillions of different ways, alright, but I'm just gonna go for the simplest ones because it's the easiest way to actually do these tests. For the setback, if he ults and you set him back, imagine that he walked until the location where he put it up the ult. What happens is he goes back all of that, you know, all of those 4 seconds, all the way back to where he was originally, but his ult will stay there because his ult cannot be, you know, misplaced. The only thing you can do is either destroy the shield or the fire turret. And then if you use the ultimate, it will pretty much just lock him in there. Not also, if you do use this against him while he's ulting, you're actually helping him. So definitely do not use the Atlas ult versus him, because first of all, you have to walk in there. You're probably going to take damage, and you're just helping him. You're not doing anything else. You're just protecting him. Again, I could have tested out on the precise moment he's about to place the turret, but this is not something ideal. It's not something that's going to happen. I'm here trying to show more what happens when the ultimate is already active, because this was what you want to do. Like, they already activated the ultimate, and so you want to see what happens if you activate your ultimate versus them. All right? So let's cut into the next one. Bomb King is pretty damn easy. I don't think you even need to understand this one because Bomb King, when in his ult, he's CC immune. He's not damage immune, as is obvious, and you can actually make him blow up if you stand in front of him, if you're a tank, to save your help, your teammates. This is something that a lot of Makoas do when they have Leviathan. They just pop up their ultimate right in front of them just to stop them. In this case, neither the setback or the ultimate will do anything whatsoever versus the ult, so yeah. That is done. Let's cut into Buck now. So as for Buck, while he's ulting, neither your ultimate or the setback will make him lose the ultimate, but you will pretty much stop him. Because with the setback, you're still going to move him around the location where he was, but his ultimate will continue to stay active. And if you do hit him with your ultimate, his ultimate will still continue. So your ultimate is actually good versus his ultimate because you're going to lock him away from the possibility of actually shooting people. You're locking him away, it's still consuming the ultimate, and as such, he can do pretty much anything, alright? So, pretty standard for that one. Now, as for Cassie, I think this is pretty damn obvious. You guys know what Cassie's ult is. She walks faster, she has CC immunity, she sees everybody through the map. Now, just the CC immunity itself already tells you nothing can be done versus her. So, you know, neither the setback or the ultimate will do whatsoever versus her. Now as for Dredge. Dredge is, again, as I said, like this has to be something more in the hour where the ultimate is already active. If you activate the ult and you set him back before the ultimate blows up, it does nothing. Because the ultimate has already been, you know, put out there. There's nothing you can do. Either with the setback or the ultimate. You can't do anything. The ultimate will always happen because as soon as you press the button, it consumes it. It's instant. And then it just does the animation on point and that's it. So people can run away from it. Drogo's pretty simple as well. You CC immune just like Bomb King, so you can't do anything whatsoever versus him. You cannot set him back and you cannot stop him whatsoever. So that's easy to understand as well. Eevee, listen, Eevee's ultimate, again, it's like almost like a Dredge ult. You activate it and it goes out there. It's already done. It goes, all right? So you can't stop it, neither with the setback or the ultimate. What happens is she is set back because she's not CC immune, but the ultimate will continue because that's about it. You can't do anything. Fernando, another one that's pretty standard as well. He's completely CC immune, so of course you're not going to be able to do anything whatsoever. So either ultimate or ability, he'll still remain there just like he has to. Now, as for Furia, this, of course, has two stances for her ultimate. So as soon as she activates it, she's completely CC immune and she's damage immune for 2 seconds. So using on this part is completely, you know, unnecessary. So what I did was I activated the ult and the setback versus her when she's already ulting. And what happens is pretty normal. It's the exact same thing as Buck. The ultimate will still continue when it gets consumed. You know, it's going on. It's a normal life. But by locking her with this means that she's not going to be shooting you. So using your ultimate as Atlas, well, after she's been after she activated the ultimate, it's actually good, all right, fairly good, because she does do increased damage, and she does reload automatically while doing the ultimate, which means that she's definitely going to have enough ammo to shoot you down, and you definitely don't want that, so maybe locking her away is going to take away the extra damage from her. Grok, another one that it's pretty understandable as well. He's not CC, he is CC immune. There's nothing you can do with his ultimate. You cannot lock him, and you cannot set him back. Understandable as well again. For Grover, the exact same thing, as you guys probably already know. Grover gets completely CC immune while he's ulting, so you cannot stun him, you cannot set him back, you cannot ult him, you cannot anything. So, ulting him or setting him back while he's ulting definitely is not going to stop it. So, I don't advise you to do that. Imani, pretty straightforward again. Again, another one that it's really easy to understand. You cannot stop her ult, neither her body, neither the dragon, and you cannot set back either the dragon or the body. So it's as easy as it goes. You can't do anything versus an Imani ult. Inara, she gets CC immune while in the stance of throwing the ultimate. The only thing you can do is after she activates the ultimate and as soon as it locks away the CC immunity, you can set her back in position. But that really doesn't mean anything. It's not going to give you anything in return. So there's no benefit on actually doing that. Only if she already had less health, because she is still not damage immune while she's ulting, okay? Genos will not stop after he starts ulting. Well, the only thing you can do is shoot him down, alright? So neither the setback, neither the ultimate, you're not going to be able to do anything versus his ultimate whatsoever. Khan, as simple as it gets as well, he gets CC immune while he's ulting. So in the footage you're seeing, I did not grab anybody, but I did time it correctly as soon as he activates the ultimate. So you cannot stop him from grabbing somebody, okay? That's about it. He gets CC immune. You cannot set him back. You cannot ult him. So just leave Khan alone if he does it. Just try to kill him maybe because he's not damage immune, as it's obvious. So Kainessa, it is pretty much like Buck and Furia. She will still remain with the ultimate. You can try to stop her. On the footage, you're probably going to be seeing me shooting her and it doing nothing, but that was sort of like a bug because she's not CC immune whatsoever. You can understand this while, for example, when I did the setback, which did set her back, but her ultimate still remained. That's the final result. You can stop her, you can set her back, but she will not lose the ult. It will still be consuming for the entire duration, so it's pretty much like Buck and Furia, yes. So for Kyok, I think I actually missed my ultimate versus him, but when he actually ults, he's completely untargetable, alright? His body doesn't exist anymore. He controls a whirlwind of blades that definitely cannot be attacked. So all you can do is actually wait for him to end, and then you can lock him, or you can just send him back sort of the position he was 4 seconds ago. So now, Lex is interesting. This one I already seen myself in PDS. I actually witnessed it happen. If you do ult him or set him back while he's ulting, it will just either stop him with the ultimate or send him back to the position he was 4 seconds ago. But his ultimate will not get consumed. No, because his ultimate only gets consumed after he shoots. That is another, an interaction that you should know. If you try to send him back, trust me, he can still come back and actually use his ult, so you better run as soon as you can set him back. Get out of there. Now, Lian, she becomes completely CC immune and damage immune, which is weird why some champions have this and some don't. And she's literally just charging her goddamn weapon to shoot, so I don't know. I don't know what Harris has in their heads, but for this one, it's obvious. She gets completely CC immune. She gets completely damage immune. Nothing will work versus her where she's ulting. Now for Maeve, it's pretty obvious. She doesn't receive anything besides just sort of, blinding her enemy. So it will work everything perfectly normal, but the ultimate will still continue. If you lock Maeve or you set her back, her ultimate will still continue. You cannot stop it, okay? So Makoa, again, another one that it's pretty damn simple to understand. This will exactly do the same thing as Furia, as Buck. You can lock him, you can send him back to where he was 4 seconds ago, but his ultimate will still continue. So if you want to definitely bamboozle a Makoa that is not using Leviathan, just use your ult, lock him, and make him waste his ult completely. Now Maldamba, this one here, I actually wanted to test it. I put in Maldamba looking up and actually send his ult, so I would shoot him with the setback and the ultimate before his ultimate would pop out, actually activate it versus a wall to see what would happen, and this was the result. The ultimate will not be stopped. Usually, you guys know that Maldamba puts up his hands in front of him, and when the ultimate activates, then his hands stop and he can start doing something else. In this case scenario, what happens is you're literally just helping him, because if you set him back, he's going to run away for 4 seconds. He's going to go back 4 seconds where he was, and if you use your ult, you're just protecting him, basically, and he's going to be able to still use his ultimate because the ultimate will still activate. The only thing I think that you cannot do, this was not tested, this is theory, is that if you send an ultimate across the map and you lock Maldamba, I think you cannot, make the ultimate pop out because you're locked. All of your things are locked, so you can't do anything. The ultimate will now go on its own, and when it hits a wall, that's when he does something. Now, Moji, pretty understandable. Moji transforms other people, but her entire body is not CC immune, she's not damage immune, she's nothing. It's literally as if that. Like, you can try to maybe stop her from doing the ultimate, but again, it's, you know, unless she's throwing the ultimate randomly somewhere, it will pretty much be like, for example, almost like, I'm trying to remember, oh, Pip, exactly. So, it'll be almost like the Pip, where you will not be able to stop it because she will not be consumed if, you know, if you stop her right at the animation. So what means is that if there's no necessity on trying to set back an ultimate for her, the only thing you can do, this is actually a smart thing, is that if she transforms a tank of yours with this, and if you manage to set her back, it's going to throw her 4 seconds ago where she was, meaning it will create this distance between her and the cookie so she cannot finalize the ultimate. Now, I also want to put this here right now. I decided to test this one out. This is already going to be sort of like the same thing for Pip. Pip is going to be the exact same thing, alright? So, if you do set him back or you lock him on his ult, the people who get transformed into chickens will still remain. It will never cancel. But the thing was, I was like, okay, so what if I actually set back my enemies while they're transformed into cookies or chickens? Will they lose the transformation? And the answer is no. I did test it out with both Pip and Moji. It will not take them away from the transformation. So, yeah, it doesn't do anything you're trying to send back a chicken or something like that. Might as well just try to kill them or let Moji try to get the cookie, because that's what the intention of that ult is. Ruckus, pretty straightforward. Again, he gets CC immune while he's ulting, so you cannot set him back or even stop him with the ultimate. Now, Ceres, this is, you know, pretty standard again. She throws an orb. That's her ult. She doesn't change her body in any way whatsoever. So, sending her back with setback or even locking her with her ultimate will only do one thing. It will not allow her to actually do anything after she uses the ultimate. The ultimate will still remain because it activates as soon as she throws it. There's nothing else there. You can't stop the ultimate. It's not physically, you know, you can't physically attack it. So, pretty standard. So I tried to actually set back Skye while she was ulting, and the results were, you know, pretty standard. She throws the bomb. There's nothing there you can do. I mean, unless you go like the precise moment, just like the best timing in the world, I don't think you're going to be able to do anything. The bomb is still out there. You're going to be able to set back the Skye, not the bomb, as it's obvious. Or even locking her with the ultimate. It will not do anything because she's just thrown something and it's going to blow up. The only thing you can try to do is maybe to put the wall, like in my previous videos I did show you. If the bomb goes against the wall, it disappears. So, I mean, you can completely destroy it. That and the same thing for Ceres, because the same thing will happen for her ultimate. Now, there's a reason why I skipped Strix, because I want to talk about Xiaoling and Strix right now in the same time. Both of them have invisibility, as you guys know, and the ult of Xiaoling makes him invisible, while the ability of Strix also makes him invisible. And here's the thing, I tested this out on both. As for the Strix ult, it's pretty standard. You just throw something like Skye, there's nothing you can stop there, either with the ultimate or the ability. But I did test the setback and the locking ability with, you know, with Atlas versus a Xiaoling ulting, and the results were really weird because he loses the invisibility. He's still ulting, he can still shoot fast and so on, but he no longer is invisible. While if you do this to his Strix, that's the weird thing, he remains invisible, and you can't see him. You don't know if you hit him or not. He just remains invisible and continues to actually consume the invisibility, you know, the health bar, the stealth bar, but he will be locked and he will be set back. You just can't see it. You don't know if you hit him. That's the thing. You don't know, and it's weird because with Xiaoling, you will know definitely because you'll see him. Unless you're using Illuminate to actually see where he is, there's nothing else you can do there versus a Strix. That is really, really weird. So as for Talus, this one is actually pretty good. If you do manage to lock the Talus with your ultimate while he's doing the animation of locking a person to then ult, what's going to happen is he's going to lose a percentage of his ult. He's only going to be... I think it's when you miss, you get to 30%, I think, if you don't lock a person. And the same thing will happen here. It will make you, like, assume that you missed, alright? While he's being teleported, there's nothing else you can do there. And for setback, like, imagine he ults you, and you manage to set him back. It will throw him all the way back where he ulted. So those are two good, actually, you know, interactions between Atlas and Talus. So if you next time you're being ulted by a Talus with an Atlas, you now know what to do. You either set him back or stop him before he actually ults you. So as for Terminus, this is pretty standard as well. You cannot stop him or set him back while he's ulting, but what you can do is after he ults, if you do set him back immediately, he comes back to have only 1 HP, because the lowest he had was 1 HP. If you guys ever noticed, when you're ulting with a Terminus, it says you still have 1 HP, and then only then if you say, you know, I'm not going to use the ultimate, it consumes that 1 HP and you die completely, right? But the thing is, with setback, it assumes that you have 1 HP, and so you go back all the way there to 1 HP, meaning that 1 shot will kill you definitely. It doesn't matter which shot, it's just 1 shot and it kills you. As for locking him, I mean, you can try to lock him after he ults, but it will never stop the bomb. I tried it myself. It won't. You can try to stop it. The animation itself will never be stopped. Now, as for Torvald, before we go into the ultimate part, I actually decided to test this, and this will be the exact same for Ruckus. If you do lose your life, right, and you actually set him back while after he gets his shield back. Imagine you just put it up, his entire shield, right? 2,500. And he still has low amount of HP, but he has that shield saving him. And you may think, okay, I'm going to use the setback, take away the shield. It does not work. The setbacks does not work versus the shield. Alright, you do not take shields away, so you cannot take, for example, Rux's shield or Torvald's shield, either on him or the enemy. And here's the funny thing as well, because I tested this out. Now, this is not the ultimate of Torvald. This is going to be for Ceres and Moji. Moji and Ceres, if you do set her back, and both of them, they will not lose the marks. They will not lose the stacking orbs on a person, and they will not lose the marks to kill you as Moji. So what happens is, even if you set her back, it will only lose the health that she has to lose. She can still come back and actually either rend soul or just consume the mark as Moji. And also, another thing that I found out is that with Ceres, you may think, okay, so if I set her back, will she loses the stacking orbs that give her extra health with that talent that makes her be more tanky? No, she doesn't lose the marks. What happens is, if she just consumed marks, right, the orbs, in order to get more HP, what happens is that she's going to lose the HP that she just gained, but her max health, her max bar will still remain the same. She will just lose that HP that she just received. But she can just still, you know, she can just self-heal again and get that back, that HP. But you will never remove marks, either from yourself or from the person in question that you're trying to set back, okay? As for Torvald's ultimate, it's pretty standard that he is not CC immune, so you can send him back and he loses his ult. And also the same thing for his locking. You can just lock him and he loses his ult. Because that's the problem with Torvald's ult, is if you try to ult and somebody stuns you, or if somebody tries to place you somewhere else, like an Ashe pushes you back or something like that, or if anything whatsoever interrupts your ultimate, that's it, you lose it. Which is, you know, sad. It's bad, but it's still true. So for Tyra, she is not CC immune, so what happens is pretty much like Buck. She will still remain in the ultimate, but she will either be, you know, set back in position or either just locked for the entire duration. From the entire duration you being set back or locked, or doesn't matter, you will still be consuming the ultimate, so yes, it will make you pretty much lose your ultimate because you're going to be losing that time, the valuable time for the ultimate. So for Victor, pretty standard as well. He's not CC immune, so if you do use the ultimate or the setback, it will literally stop his ult. Literally. because it will be as almost if you didn't mark anyone, so it will consume a part of it. If you guys remember, I think it consumes like 30% and you remain with 60% because it's like you missed your first shot. You didn't lock it, so the entire duration of the ultimate disappears. You don't get 100% back. You only get like 60% back, almost like you used one of your shots and that's it. Same thing goes for, as I mentioned before, for Talus. As for Vivian, Vivian is pretty standard as well. She just summons 2 drones, so you can't do anything. She's not CC immune, but you can send her back and you can try to lock her, but in no way whatsoever, even if you send her back at the precise moment she uses the ultimate, she won't lose the drones, okay? They will still remain there. Willow is CC immune while in her ult, so you cannot set her back or ult her whatsoever. Now, as for Ying, this is also something new. You can actually use your ultimate on the clones. I believe it will stop them from actually healing anybody because it's like you're not doing anything. As for the ultimate, she will still be within the ultimate. It will not cancel the ultimate. It will not set back the ultimate. What happens is if you use the setback, it will drive her to her least amount of HP, and then she's just, you know, with the ultimate, just heals the rest again. But with the ultimate, it would actually lock her completely and she cannot heal. So if you want to take the most advantage of this, while she's using the ultimate, whether it's for you or anybody else, you can literally use the ultimate of Atlas on somebody that it's really low, is trying to heal with the ultimate, and by locking them, it means that now they will not be able to heal. So perhaps this is the best interaction you have from all the different champions, alright? Because the ultimate of Ying is really strong, and it heals people for a lot, whether you're here, there, or at any other place of the map. And by locking them means that they will no longer be able to heal, making it the ultimate of Ying completely useless. So there you have actually a good chance to, you know, make this the ultimate really good. So wait for Ying to ult and use your ult, and then you can stop a tank from actually self-healing with the ultimate. Pretty good. So here's the thing, Zen is the last character that we have to see before Atlas, and this is really weird because you can actually use your ultimate to stop him, but it's going to be incredibly hard. But you can stop him, and he actually stops the animation of the ult, but he won't lose any charge, which, if you guys know, if he misses an ultimate, he will go back to all the way to 30% only. So he consumes a part of the ultimate if he misses, right? And this same interaction should happen here with this, but it does not. And the weird thing, which I still don't know if it was a bug or not, is that when he ults, and if he's on that, you know, on that moving stage, and you hit him with a setback, it's like it doesn't nothing. It's like he's CC immune or something. But it shouldn't, and it doesn't make sense. So I'm guessing that it was either a bug, and probably since the ultimate did work, the setback also has to work. So yeah, you can stop his ult, but he won't lose the charge, meaning that he will just do it again. So that's actually, you know, a way of thinking which is really weird. I mean, he should go just like, for example, Victor or Talus. At least this is what I think. Now, finally, for Atlas, the last champion to actually add to the list. This is actually really good. I actually had a fight versus Frostfangs. He was playing Atlas as well. And on that same game, that's where I learned that if you're ulting with Atlas and another Atlas sets you back, you lose a part of your ultimate. You lose a percentage of your ultimate. Then, if you are ulting and the other Atlas is ulting and you ult each other, it will lock you away from your ultimate. So I'm using the ultimate and the enemy Atlas ults me, right? At that precise time that I activate my ultimate, I'm gonna lose my ultimate. I no longer, even if I'm like, I have resilience, I don't get banished for 4 seconds, and I could just continue straight away, right? And use my ultimate to lock somebody else. No, as soon as I get banished for the first time, I will lose my ultimate. Not completely, I will lose a charge, but you know, you're not going to continue the animation. It stops the animation, and therefore you cannot continue with the ultimate. Same thing will happen with the setback. So you sort of can see here the idea. And then this is final thing. This is the best tip I can give to you. If you're an Atlas versus another Atlas, and that Atlas uses, you know, his second chance in order to get his life back, but then if you hit him with the setback, he's going to lose everything he had during that second chance, sometimes even more, because the second chance is really fast. Therefore, if he was even lower before, but he was being healed, and then you just use it the second chance, you can even make him be lower than that. So, if you're an Atlas who needs to use a second chance, be careful, because if he does set you back, you are pretty screwed. Saying this means that Deja Vu is probably the best talent to use versus another Atlas, so you can set him back even if you miss. You hit the ground, you'll set him back and make him lose his HP. So this is pretty much it for the video, guys. If I did miss anything, if I did forget anything, please let me know down in the comments below. Thank you so much for actually watching, for helping, you know, sharing. You guys are amazing, and these videos do take a lot of work indeed, but definitely is always fun to let people know the information that there are still, you know, those doubts like, will it work, will it not, you know, stuff like that. I really want to put that information out there, and since I do already waste my entire time on YouTube, might as well at least do something that people may want to see. So that is all for today, guys, and thank you so much again. I'll see you guys next time, and until then, have a wonderful time. Bye bye, guys. See you next time.